All right, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. This is just an essay about guitar playing. Less instructional and more for you to take it and do what you need to do with it. This is an arpeggio system for playing your triad arpeggios across your entire instrument. A lot of arpeggios target 1 or 2 positions on the guitar, or 2 or 3 octaves. This is really about playing from the lowest note on your instrument to the highest note, and playing from the lowest extremity of a chord to the highest extremity, just so that you can build that level of fluency. So it goes like this. You're going to take your triad, you're going to take the lowest note that exists on your guitar in that triad, and you're going to play 2 notes on each string, and you're going to go from the lowest string to the highest string in that manner. So demonstrate with the E major arpeggio. E, to G sharp, and B, and E. Those are our notes. We're going to find them across the guitar, 2 notes per string throughout the triad. The lowest note that exists on our guitar in the E major triad is E. So we have E and G sharp. We're going to move to the next string. We're going to play B and E. We're going to play G sharp and B on the next string, and so on and so forth. E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, B. Build it in reverse, or rather deconstruct it. E, B, G sharp, E, B, G sharp, E. We're going to do it with a minor triad for the sake of demonstration. I'm going to build an A minor triad, which, if you know, has the notes A, C, and E in it. We're going to find which one of those notes is the lowest pitch-wise on our guitar. Once again, E. So we're going to be building this arpeggio from the second inversion, also known as where the interval of the fifth above the root of the triad, the name of the triad, is the lowest voice. So on the guitar, once again, it is E. So our notes will look like this. E to A. We're going to need to find a C and an E on the next string. We need to find an A and a C on the next string. We need to find an E and an A and a C and an E and then an A and a C. Now we're going to deconstruct, build in reverse, break it down. We're going to do it with a diminished triad for the sake of demonstration. The diminished triad that I'm going to choose is a C diminished triad. The lowest voice in a C diminished triad that exists on the guitar will be G flat or F sharp. So we're going to start once again from the 5 of the diminished chord, just like we started from the 5 of the minor chord. We're going to do it like this. We need the notes C and E flat and G flat. So on this string, since we're starting on G flat, our next note is C. Big jump right there. Tritone on one string. So G flat to C, to E flat to G flat. Next string, C, E flat, G flat, C, E flat, G flat, C. Deconstruct. There's a beautiful symmetry to that one, but they're kind of awkward to play. However, we're going to build one last. We're not quite done. We need to build our augmented triads. Our augmented triads are fun because they kind of repeat. You'll understand this when you learn all of them. I wanted to make sure I didn't turn on my DVD player there accidentally with my elbow. So here's the secret. Let's just build it. Let's do a D augmented arpeggio, D augmented triad. That's D, F sharp, and A sharp. The lowest note in that arpeggio that exists on our guitar is F sharp or G flat. So we need to find an F sharp, we need an A sharp, and we need a D. So we're going to build that on every string. We're going to build 2 notes of the arpeggio at a time. Watch. So we have F sharp to A sharp, and we have D to F sharp, and then we have A sharp to D, and F sharp to A sharp to D, and to F sharp and to A sharp. And all of these intervals will be major thirds apart. That's the beauty of the augmented triad. Kind of a wonky sound. The other beauty of it is that since it's entirely symmetrical, if you learn one, you've learned all of them. You've learned all of the augmented triads with that pattern of notes. So a D augmented triad is also an F sharp augmented triad, which is also a B flat augmented triad. Practice all of them, despite the fact that you know them all starting on F sharp now. Practice them starting on the other ones, just so that you can build in your mind how to think about those arpeggios as you build them. So take all of these patterns, run them through every key, and get them up to speed, and before you know it, you'll be playing arpeggios up and down the neck like you actually know how to play the guitar.